This channel is supported by Truefire. Truefire is an online library.
Enough, you can get the Truefire All Access Pass for as cheap as they ever do it, the $99 thing. So just jump and do that if you're looking for the best price that you can get Truefire All Access for.
Okay, there's a very specific reason that in my situation I need something wireless. Now, I bought this the other day, so this is the Boss WL20. The reasons that I chose this were that A, it's kind of small, B, it's very low latency relative to some of the other options, like you might see X5 out there or various bits and pieces. I think this is the lowest of all. However, I've encountered a real problem with it. Before this, I was using the NUX B2 or B8 Pro, whatever it's called, but I've had a couple of issues with that, and I've broken by pressing in the actual on button. It just basically stayed stuck in. So that's kind of now out of service. That was what I was using before. It was perfect. I didn't have any issues like this with it. But I'll just show you what the... First of all, I guess what the issue is. And then, you see, this is a wireless lav mic that NUX sent me years ago. Now, I run this all the time. What I'm encountering is significant amounts of dropout, and that's not really ideal. So, there's the transmitter down there. If you read the manual, it does say about being 3 meters away from a 3 meters away from a wireless router, which again, it might not be possible based on where you... So you hear... So what is happening here? I've got like a meter between the transmitter and this. Or maybe I should... And if I turn in certain directions, maybe you'll see this. The the blue light goes out. Of course, as you observe a problem, it starts to happen less. Brilliant. Now I can't get it to replicate. Oh, there we are. So as that blue light goes out, is where we're getting some serious dropout, even though it's a meter away. Now, I'm imagining that my lavalier is actually interfering somewhat. So what I'm going to do is plug these two in like this, and this apparently checks the current sort of Wi-Fi state. And what I'm hoping is this maybe then notices that there's some other bits and pieces happening Wi-Fi wise, and then selects something different. So now it's flashing green. So now it's flashing green. Does that mean we're ready to go? Said it should take about 10 seconds. Right, so will it be more stable now, or is it going to be... Is this a consistent thing? Because if this is consistent, then this is no good for me doing demos, because I need the lav on as well. There was a dropout there, right? What happens if I put my lav like... They'll definitely be interfering less now, right? That's much better, right? So I'm glad I've tried that. The other things that I've read online around this, so I should have read the manual first, of course, as you find with these things. The other thing that I'm reading is that over amount of time that these things, the batteries start to sort of not last quite as long, which you'd expect to happen to some extent, right? So that's one other area where maybe... because I do like the idea of that as a form factor, but the other units, like the receiver part, is just built into something with power, which you'd imagine might have a slightly longer shelf life than just this part here, which obviously is a lithium battery in there somewhere, right? It also doesn't come with a charger, which is worth knowing, because I think these USB sort of chargers that... It's USB, like the old style, so it's not USB-C, it's like the micro USB. Those are not as common as they used to be anymore, because like Android and Apple are using different bits and pieces now. So if I was to be making this purchase again, to be honest with you, I think I would probably just go with the NUX. So I'll monitor this situation a bit more. This was the NUX, which is a bit more bulky, but that button there's kind of stopped working. So there was 2 points of weakness here. Also, this connection here was a little bit intermittent. I never had any issues of dropout in my room or on a gig though. So from that point of view, it was kind of rock solid. Yeah, the only sort of thing is that now that that receiver's gone, you can't buy the receiver by itself. And it doesn't seem to be the sort of thing that I can rectify, because there's not any easy way to open this thing up. But yeah, other than that, this has been good. I liked having the tuner there, and there was also, you could use this foot switch as a plus 12 dB boost, which I thought was actually quite a novel idea. Yeah, looking back, would I buy the Boss one again? I think probably not. It is low latency, but yeah, I haven't done that calibration. So put these in together, like it says in the manual. I think that's slightly better. Isn't creating the same problems with my lavalier on. So there is something happening there which is positive. But longer term, I'm not sure. I do need a wireless solution though. So it's not the sort of thing that I really want to be spending money on. But I mean, needs must, because in this space, like, it's too noisy to not do it. If you've got a great wireless solution, let me know via email. I am still kind of looking. I'm on the fence about whether I should send these back or just be looking for something a bit more of a pro solution to be using at home all the time. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And yeah, the lav mic kind of has to be wireless for me to get around the room. The guitar has to be wireless, otherwise it's super noisy at certain times of the day, and it kind of just makes every piece of equipment that I demo seem bad because there's noise going on. But it's down to the electronics of this house, really. Anyway, that's a little video on that. Pitfalls of the Boss WL20. Make sure you do that little plug it in docking maneuver. You should do that in each space that you use it in as well. Things I wish I'd known before buying it. Maybe.